Hello, my name is Officer Rath, East St. Helens Police. My body camera's on. The reason why I stopped you is that's not a valid license plate, sir.
Okay.
Okay, can I please see license, registration, proof, insurance?
I'm actually traveling. Here, I have this here. So, you do realize that I'm not committing any crimes right now?
Yes, sir. It's just a traffic violation.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so right now you are in violation of my Fourth Amendment, and you are also demanding my property.
I can barely hear you with traffic.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you are demanding my property, so that's a violation of my Fifth Amendment. I'm going to go ahead and give this to you.
Okay, do you have an ID, sir?
Yeah, it's right there.
Is there a date of birth on it, sir?
I'm of legal age.
Okay, we'll have to positively identify you, sir. Can I have date of birth?
How's it going, sir?
Living the life.
Hey, awesome. Hey, I'm Sergeant Eustice. I work for the St. Helens Police.
And what's your badge number?
So I don't have a badge number, but my DPSST number is 44369.
And then do you also have a indemnity insurance provider?
I don't know what that is.
You know what indemnity is, right?
As far as like the Webster's dictionary version, no. Can you explain it to me?
That's, when you violate someone's rights or you commit a crime when you're in your official capacity, you're required to have insurance. Yeah, I need to know your provider.
It's above my pay grade, my friend, but I'm happy to give you. So I'm the patrol sergeant, so my lieutenant, he's oversees the admin side of the patrol, so I'm happy to put you in touch with him and he can give you that information.
So you're not having it?
Can I interrupt you?
I would prefer that you didn't.
Well, I just want to explain something. So it was, I don't know if you remember it, but it was a couple of weeks ago. It was on Highway 30. I came in behind you. You were going a little fast, and I pulled up alongside.
Oh, was that you?
And I was like, hey, slow it down.
Hey, that was cool, dude. That was awesome. So but then you really pissed me off when you took off like a bat out of hell.
Took off like a bat out of hell?
Yeah, after you told me to slow down a little bit, you remember that? And then you immediately took off and started past people on the right and started weaving through traffic. I was super excited that you did that. I was so appreciative. You put a huge smile on my face. I gave you the peace sign. The whole night.
I saw like a thumbs up or something.
Yeah, I gave you the peace sign, the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
And then you freaking hit the button and took off like freaking you didn't care.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Oh, well, of course.
Come on, bud. Seriously?
No, you are entitled and you have the privilege to lie, to fish for whatever you need to say to make it so that I say the things I can get in trouble for.
What are you going to get in trouble for? As long as
whatever you want to trump up. I mean, you can trump up anything you want.
Terry, we have body cameras just like you're recording. I can't make anything up now.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can. You totally could. You could happen to turn it off, or you could happen to turn your camera off, or
my camera's on too, and his camera's on too, and your cell phone's on.
Yeah, I know. This is for my protection.
I'm sorry?
This is for my protection.
And I'm happy that you're doing it. It's amazing. I wish everybody would.
I wish everybody would.
Yeah. So, and I get where you're coming from. I've dealt with stuff like this before too. I understand what your beliefs are and all that kind of stuff, and I respect. How do
you understand what? How do you understand?
I can't hear you.
How do you understand?
What's up? So I've been doing this for 11 years, so I get that certain versions of the Constitution.
Certain versions? What does that mean?
Certain parts of the Constitution, the interpretation that I'm assuming that you're doing is that you're traveling, therefore you don't have a license and all that kind of stuff.
I'm traveling under freaking the actual code. Did you look up that code?
I have. I've also been to trial and had a judge tell me that no, the federal government gives states the right to enact their own laws. In the state of Oregon, you have to have a driver's license.
Right, but in order to be a registration state, you have to be compliant with the federal law.
Okay. Of
the federal department regulations, correct?
And for a judge to interpret, my job is to enforce the law, not interpret it.
Right, I understand that. So basically what you're saying is you're about to steal my car? So what you're about
to turn it back over. Terry, I more just wanted to say hi and just let you know that it was me. I don't remember speeding off. I apologize if
it really pissed me off when you did that. That was really fucked up, I thought.
You could have got my license plate and called it in and made a complaint.
Absolutely. Oh, I could have, but I mean, what is that going to do? You're going to investigate yourself, and then you'll be innocent.
My boss would have.
Right.
I've got
Your organization will
Terry, I'm not going to argue with you. I just wanted to say hi and that was me along the side, and I thought it was a cool interaction that we had.
That was a cool interaction. I have to say, I appreciate you not harassing me.
Nice talking to you.
Sir, do you have vehicle registration or proof of insurance? I didn't see it in that booklet you handed me.
Oh, I'm not required. It's only for DOT.
What's that?
That's only for the Department of Transportation.
Okay. Is the vehicle insured?
Actually, it is.
Thank you.
You can't see?
No, there's a reflection, so I can't see.
And this is current insurance, sir?
The date is correct, isn't it?
I just want to make. I'm asking if it's current.
Yeah, it's current.
Okay.
It's paid in full.
Okay. Is there any registration paperwork for the vehicle that I can see?
No, you cannot see it.
Okay. Do you have it?
I don't have it, no.
You don't have it in the vehicle?
Nope.
All right. Terry, when were your Oregon driving privileges suspended, and how long have they been suspended for, and why?
Probably because I learned the law and I started enforcing the actual law.
How long ago was the Oregon driving privileges suspended?
I have no idea. I don't really. Time is irrelevant.
Okay. But you know that it's been suspended, is what you're telling me.
No.
You just said that.
No.
You said it was suspended because you learned the law. So that's acknowledged.
How does knowing the law automatically suspend your license?
No, you said, I asked you how long has this been suspended, and you simply responded by saying...
See, now we're trying to fish.
What's that?
We're trying to fish.
Oh, we're not fishing.
Well, we're trying.
Yeah,
you're
right.
trying to get me.
My car real quick. Give me 1 second.
Do you have anyone that can come get the car, come move the car?
Well, at 9:30 there'll be the boss will be coming through. He can move it probably. Otherwise, it's gonna be an hour or more.
I can't wait till 9:30.
I can just move it over there to that parking lot right there.
Yeah, we can't let you do that. So if there's someone else that can move it, can you call someone?
All of my people are like an hour away.
You don't know anybody local? I saw you on Highway 30 yesterday too. You don't
That's because I do labor here.
I'm sorry?
You know how you're at work right now?
Yeah.
You see how I'm in an orange shirt? Usually that means you're in construction.
Okay.
And construction doesn't always have the same territory.
Okay.
So that's why I've been running around over here, is because I have, traveling to my particular location for the physical labor.
Okay. All right.
Isn't that blocking traffic?
Sorry?
Isn't that blocking traffic?
What's that?
Is that blocking traffic?
It is. It's blocking that lane of travel.
Hmm.
You want to know why?
I'm gonna say officer safety. Excuse me.
I'm looking at your hand right there. It just makes me nervous when people have their hands concealed.
It makes me nervous to see people with guns.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Terry. I just wanted to see your hands. That's all. Okay. And the reason I pulled my car up is because
For officer safety, so that no traffic comes flying through here and smashes you.
That too, but you had talked about like me being able to turn off my camera and you wanting more cameras and you want to record stuff. So if you look back, my dash cam is always on, and so it's another camera, and I can't physically turn that off. Right
Unlike
now.
that one,
I can physically turn this off, but if you look at it, you see the red button that's blinking at the top there. All right, that means it's on.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm sure you guys were wanting to have the camera on for this interaction, though.
Well, I want to have my camera on. We actually had this discussion this morning. I want to have my camera on during every interaction.
I personally think that your body camera should not be able to be turned on and off by your...
Oh, you mean like so when we activate our lights, it should automatically turn on?
No, when you clock in, it should turn on, and it should not turn off until you leave and clock out.
Yeah, I think part of the problem with that, at least the problems that people have brought up, so like, what if I'm at a hospital interviewing like a child?
You were a public servant doing your public duty in public,
and
in a public accommodation.
What about like a sex assault victim?
Well, I guess it's public.
Okay. So, I'm just giving you examples of some of the reasons why like people don't want it on, or if somebody like, confidential informants, if they want to talk to us, they don't want to be on camera, they don't want to have it recorded. So there's
well, yeah, I wouldn't want, if I was gonna be a CI, I definitely wouldn't want to have, my name being out there, because then, I would lose all my street cred.
Exactly. And so that's part of the reason why they're not on all the time. Is that why and we have a policy that says you can turn it off during this, but it outlines when we're supposed to have it on. Traffic stops is one of them.
Yeah.
Enforcement action can be taken.
Well, I just see a lot of police videos that, you know, they just happen to turn it off. I know not all
bad cops. Bad cops. Will be the first to admit it.
Sir, do you know what the biggest threat to a good officer is?
Bad officer.
Thank you very much, sir. I have asked several police officers that question, and you are the first one that's ever answered that question.
And I'll be the first to admit there's bad cops. Just like there's bad doctors, there's bad lawyers, there's bad construction workers.
Right, but how many bad cops have you...
Have I witnessed? Have I seen?
Or have you stopped?
You know, I can't think of anyone that I've worked with that I would classify as a bad police officer. But you've seen the videos just like I have, Terry. Like,
but you do realize that right now you are seizing my property in violation of the Fifth Amendment.
I don't agree with that.
How are you? How is it not?
So yeah, you physically are being seized.
Correct.
You're not free to leave.
Correct.
Right?
I know.
So there's a Fourth Amendment search and seizure there right now because we are seizing you.
Correct.
But I think if you had looked at if you look at the resisting arrest statute, have you seen that statute before?
No, because I don't resist arrest.
Okay, but if you
I'll just be a limp noodle and make you work as hard as you can.
And see, like, I don't know why you'd want to, like, I have a family, Terry. Why'd you want to put my life in danger too? Because we have a different interpretation of
how am I putting your life in danger?
So if you're gonna make me, like, and heaven forbid it goes this way, but if you're gonna make me, like, pull you out of the car, I don't want to get hurt. This is you work construction, right? Like, so that's how you support if you have a family, or if you don't have a family, that's how you pay your bills, put gas in your car. I do the same thing. This is just what career I chose, all right?
Right.
And so I don't want to get hurt. I don't want my partner to get hurt. I totally respect your interpretation of how that works, and it actually fascinates me. And if you want to have a conversation, I will go buy you coffee, and you can educate me on.
No, I just got harassed because I went and bought coffee.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing it.
I would love to have a conversation with you off of the clock.
I'll give you my phone number.
No, I'm really nervous to give you my personal information as a socialist because.
No, I'll give you my stuff.
Right, but then as soon as I contact you, now you have mine.
Hit *67 and block your number. That way I won't have your cell phone number.
I would love, that would be actually very, but the problem is, no matter what I say or whatever I do, you know, you aren't gonna go against the hand that feeds you.
Well, so I have this little book called the Oregon Revised Statute, and all the laws that I enforce are in that book.
Yeah, I got two very important laws written on my windshield showing you that I am legit.
Okay, and so if you decide, because Officer Rathke's gonna write you a ticket for driving while suspended.
That's fine.
If you go to court on that and you talk to Judge Lindgren, that is your time to explain it, not out here, because I can't do anything about it.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna freaking hold you guys personally responsible.
I absolutely 100% agree.
You know, because your qualified immunity is already out the window. You have plenty of legal notice on the back of my window. Your qualified immunity is shot already.
So we still have qualified immunity.
Oh,
but it's definitely being looked at. And it's being.
No, I know that it still is a thing here, but you do realize that in several states already, it's starting to go away, and you've been so well notified. I've got freaking so much notification on the back of my car.
Are those ORSs or federal statutes?
Those are ORS.
Okay.
That's why it says, look at it. Look, it says ORS 801-2082D.
And what, do you have paperwork on that ORS, or do you have it memorized?
Yeah,
what does it say?
That is the definition of commercial vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Where
this isn't a commercial motor vehicle.
Okay, so now in section 2, it says notwithstanding blah 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 in section 1. Mm-hmm. And section 2 says these are not that, and it says a vehicle that is solely used for personal use.
Okay.
And I do not use the road to make any money. I have never used.
You said you were driving to work.
How is that? What? That's.
Are you talking about like cabs and stuff, like where their sole purpose of driving is to make money?
The road is part of the money making.
Okay, I gotcha.
So Uber, freaking Lyft, and
like
DoorDash.
Okay.
This guy right here, that guy right there, he's required to have freaking license plates. He's making money.
He's making money as a part of driving and operating on the highway.
Correct.
Got it.
That is public. That is because using my tax dollars to build this fucking road
means you have a right to it.
Means I have a right to it. right? And then now you do not have a right to make money on public property.
Okay, explain that last part again.
You don't have the right. Like, if I wanted to go and just set up a shop right here and start selling lemons, you guys would probably shut me down.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I wouldn't, but someone in the city probably would.
Right, exactly. That's because you don't have a permit. You didn't pay your fee to get your permission to commit an act of commerce on the public land.
Okay.
I'm not committing any acts of commerce. All of my acts of commerce were inside of a physical store. And my money generation is on a private property.
And it says something as far as like traveling. Is that part of the
what I don't
you're referring to?
I don't understand.
So the last one I read, and forgive me because it's been a while since I've actually like read the Constitution part of it where it says like travel.
Shouldn't you like
is it in the ORS?
What I don't. They don't use the term travel.
They don't?
No.
Oh, okay. And I don't know if you're like a sovereign citizen or.
No, if anybody's a sovereign citizen, it's you.
Okay.
You're the sovereign
so
because
the last constitutionalist.
Don't label me. I'm a man.
I'm asking.
I'm a man.
I apologize.
Don't label me. I'm a man.
Okay, I apologize, Terry. I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm gonna roll my window up for safety.
That's fine.
But I'm a man, so I don't label me.
I apologize for the third time.
Okay, but that's serious business. I mean, labels.
So the last person, let me word this correctly because I don't want to offend you. The last person that didn't want to give me a driver's license based on the Constitution's right to travel on a public roadways without doing commerce, all right? They mentioned traveling a lot. Is that part of the Constitution, or is that part of?
Well, you have to call it something.
Yeah.
You have to call it something because you can't use the term drive. You can't use driving because you guys' semantics and your freaking legalese have taken away our language.
Yeah.
And so the people have to freaking come up with something to describe the act that we're doing because your freaking legalese has fucked everybody's language up. You do realize that when you're speaking legalese, and when I'm speaking so-called English.
Okay. Were there stuff that I was explaining that you didn't understand, like legal mumbo jumbo?
Well, is driving legal mumbo jumbo?
I don't think so. I mean, so in the ORS books, it refers to as like operating a motor vehicle.
Right. I don't operate vehicles either. So you do realize what the Universal Commercial Code is, right?
Can you refresh my memory? It doesn't ring a bell off the top of my head.
So the Universal Commercial Code is where the rules of...
I just can't hear, so I'm just getting a little closer.
All the rules about committing acts of commerce and contract law and all that jazz. And that's where it says in 790102W says the definition of consumer goods, which explicitly exempts non-equipment. So like this car, this is not equipment, and which is not required to be registered.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, like your TV. Could you imagine if we had to register your TV?
It'd be awful.
Right. Or what about your phone? You register that.
Our phone's registered? Not like with the state.
Not with the state, but they're registered with the company. But you have to register it with the company because how are they going to be able to ping your device?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, there's with the way the world is nowadays, you have to know what the words actually mean. You know, because language has been destroyed. You know, look at how much freaking emojis there are now. Everybody's talking emojis. We're destroying the language.
Very true.
So, I mean, whatever you want to do, you guys can go ahead and do. But at this point, you're not making a positive view.
A positive view?
Yeah, you're definitely not making a positive view for all these people.
Okay. Well, I'm not concerned with what these people...
Well, don't you think their view of you guys is important?
Yeah, we're pretty supported out here in St. Helens.
Oh, I'm sure. We're a bunch of red people. You know, the Reds are very freaking pro boots.
Pro boots?
Yeah.
Is that a label? Are you labeling me?
Yeah, I am labeling you.
I offended when I labeled you.
That's okay.
Aren't you supposed to, is it supposed to be reciprocated? Or is it okay for you to label me not knowing me, but it's not okay for me to label you and I don't know you?
Well, just from your appearance and
So
your
if I wasn't
actions.
wearing this, you and me could probably go grab a beer. But because I represent something that you don't agree with, we're not friends?
You could say frenemies, I guess.
Frenemies? Okay, fair enough.
And if you didn't have all that freaking costume on, I would totally go get a beer with you. But the problem is, I don't drink.
Oh, I got you. Fair enough. We'll go get a coffee.
Yeah, I would totally spend time with you.
I got you.
I would. I really would.
Nice to meet you, Jay. I'm going to turn it back over to...
All right, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
All right, sir. So, you're being cited for driving while suspended violation level and illegal display of plates. There's no indication that these plates are registered to this vehicle. This vehicle has a registered Oregon license plate that matches with the VIN.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can look into... Here's the ORS numbers.
That affidavit of status is yours.
What's that?
That affidavit of status is yours now.
Why is it mine?
Because that's your affidavit. You have like 3 days to reply to that.
This?
Yeah.
I'm not taking this. This is yours. I'm not going to take it. I don't have anywhere to put it.
That's your property. It goes in your pocket now.
I'm not accepting it, sir.
I don't want to accept your piece of paper either.
Being cited for driving while suspended violation level and illegal display of plates. I'm giving you a warning for failure to carry proof of registration. Your court date is August 9th, 2021 at 11 a.m.
Damn, that's not very speedy.
What's that, sir?
That's not very speedy.
What do you mean?
August? Oh, I guess that's next month, huh?
Yeah, it's the middle of July right now, so it's like 2.5, 3 weeks. Since this is a violation, you have multiple options. On the back of this citation, there are 4 options. Please read those options when you get a minute. If you want to... Sorry, the semi's loud.
Not worried.
If you want to pay this... If you choose to pay the fine, there's a website. If you choose to appear in person, 265 Strand Street in St. Helens. If you have any questions for the court, this is the court's phone number. The phone number is 503-397-6272. Do you understand what I just read to you, sir?
I do not understand.
Okay. Is there a way I can better clarify it?
Well, I comprehend what you said, but I don't stand under you, no.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give this stuff back. Here's your citation, court date and times on it. There you go. Wait, do you have someone that can come get this vehicle? Because you can't drive it.
Well, I can take it right over there, and then it'll be good. But it's going to be at least an hour before someone comes and picks it up.
Okay. Well, I can't let it sit here for an hour. It's a hazard.
Well, then can you drive it over there?
I cannot. I'm not on the insurance policy. I wouldn't feel comfortable driving the vehicle. If something happens, I'd be on the hook for it.
Really?
Yes.
You can't just let me drive over there real quick. You're gonna steal my fucking car now.
I was suspended. If there's someone that could be here in like 10 minutes, I'm totally willing to wait though.
There's no one here. All of my people are in Portland.
Okay. But I can't sit behind the vehicle for an hour. If an emergency comes out, like this vehicle's just gonna be unmarked sitting in a turn lane.
Well, just let me go park it over there real quick. I mean, it's 2 seconds.
Sir, I understand that, but then I'd be allowing you to drive while suspended, and I can't.
You're allowing me to remove an obstacle off of the road. I'm not driving. I'm removing an obstacle off of the road.
So you're going to push it across the highway, or you're going to drive it across the vehicle because that's the quickest and foreseeable safest.
Are you going to help push?
It's not safe to begin with. Pushing a vehicle across a 5-lane highway?
It's super busy. I totally get it.
Yeah, like...
I mean,
and then again, if something
you already got all your emergency lights on. We could block the road for 3 seconds while we... I mean, really, dude?
I'm not trying to mess with you.
That was funny. I caught that.
What?
Your lisp. I have the same problem.
I know. It happens, right?
Right?
So yeah, I'm not trying to mess with you or like be rude. Like I'm serious. It's a hazard. I can't let it sit here.
Well, then let's let me move it then.
That's local.
I wish I knew somebody local.
Okay.
I wish I did because, you know, a lot of these people over here are probably more like-minded than all those fuckers in Portland.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you do know. Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
I don't know, sir.
You know, because all those fuckers in Portland, they're all anti-you.
Yeah, well.
You know, I totally support you guys when you guys are doing your job correctly.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, I'm all about you guys, you know, protecting my rights and upholding the law and, you know, making sure that nobody gets actual damage. But until someone actually causes damage, you have no authority.
Okay. So my sergeant has an idea, and this is the best thing that I can think of too, and I agree with him. If you can find someone that has a valid driver's license, nothing says you can't allow them to do it. I cannot. So
Can't you just let me drive it across the street real quick?
I cannot allow you to do that, sir. Because then it's allowing you to drive while suspended. The very thing that I just cited you for. That would make me a hypocrite.
You already are a hypocrite.
Okay, we're not gonna go into argument with that. Like, I'm trying.
Here,
to
I'll tell you what. I'll give you
$100
right now if you can freaking recite your oath to the Constitution.
I can't accept money.
You can't accept money
No,
for
so are you gonna
words.
Go find someone, or should we just tow
I will.
the vehicle,
I will try.
Okay, thank you. I will ring right here with my emergency lights activated.
I'm gonna get out now, sir. I'm gonna get out now.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna open the door. Please watch out.
Your citation's in there. Thank you. What about, it's 8:28. We'll give it till 8:38, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the police over here are trying to steal my car, but they're giving me an option to pull it off of the road before they steal my car. And I was wondering if you could take it and drive it across the street into the parking lot for me.
Drive the car?
Yeah, so they don't steal my car. Otherwise, they're going to steal it.
What if they ask you for insurance and all that?
I have insurance and everything. They're probably going to want to see your permission, your license though.
Oh.
Yeah, they're allowing they're gonna not steal my car if I can find somebody that'll move it for me. And it's just right across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, bad news.
Uh-oh.
My license is at ALNA, man.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man.
All right, well, thank you, man.
I knew that. All right. Thanks.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind driving my car across the street for me? Oh, all right, man. You have a great day. It's dangerous.
That's what they say?
Yeah. They won't even freaking let me just drive it across the street. It's totally fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'm fully traveling lawfully, and they're freaking here trying to harass me, you know, because under the law, under U.S.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they're out here trying to freaking steal my property now. Yeah, that's all they're doing is just generating revenue. Hey, how's it going? So my car is right there, and they're wanting to steal my car, but I was wondering if they were allowing me to go and find a licensed driver, and I was wondering if you could just drive it across the street and save me like $500. I mean, all you gotta do is show me a driver's license and pull it and put my car in the freaking parking lot. Alright, thanks, man. No, it's some bullshit too, because the freaking one I think on the right, he freaking chased me all the way from St. Helens all the way to Portland, going like 85, right? And then he let me go. And now freaking the young buck freaking guy, he's all freaking, oh, let's get this guy. And so now he's gonna enforce it after he let me go before. All right, man, have a good day. How's it going, man?
What's up?
So this guy is over here trying to steal my car, the police, and they're giving me the option to allow someone to drive my car over here so they don't steal it. So I was wondering if you could take your driver's license over there, show it to them, and save me $500.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Oh man, thank you so much.
I'll be right back.
Thank you so much. Here's the key.
Yeah, I mean, they gonna impound it?
They want to if I can't find anybody.
Not trying to make your bad day worse, you know what I mean?
I was prepared for this day, you know, because
Are they gonna yell at us for not using the crosswalk?
I just jaywalked in front of them and they told me to be careful.
Okay.
But yeah, so I took my license plates off because, you know, I know the actual law and shit. And you sitting here trying to generate revenue on me because I'm not even committing. Because in order to require a driver's license, you got to be committing an act of commerce. And so, yeah, the one on the right, he followed me last week, freaking going 85 all the way to Portland. And then when we get into the industrial zone, he's all, oh, hey, have a great day, and freaking told me to slow down. And then this guy, freaking, I guess I was rude to him when I held the door for him.
As long as you have a valid license, you can move the car and you'll be good to go.
I was
And
just
it's helping him out.
Okay. Yeah, my dad's on the phone, so I just was like making sure it's cool with you guys.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Sweet.
Good job, Terry.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I was looking into this. Did you see? So this references the recreational vehicle. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
No?
it doesn't reference recreational vehicle.
Yeah. So 2D says recreational vehicle.
It's this right here is the definition of commercial vehicle.
Yeah. And in that, let me go back. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just want to understand.
Yeah, I want to. If I'm not doing it right, I need to know. I feel I'm 100% lawful. 100% lawful.
So, ORS 801208, subsection 2D states a recreational vehicle that is operated solely for personal use.
But then when you look but when you look at the ORS definition,
That's what I'm.
when you look at the ORS definition of recreational vehicle, it says a vehicle designed solely as living quarters, as temporary living quarters.
Temporary living quarters. I'm temporarily living in my car while I'm operating
but
it.
the car has to be designed for that. So if you put like a sink and a bathroom and like maybe some other stuff, maybe. But
You know what?
Terry, I'm not
You
trying to
know
be-
how I was talking about semantics and legalese earlier? That's exactly what the hell I'm talking about right fucking now.
Okay. Terry, I didn't mean to make you mad. I just want to understand.
You're sitting here
Okay,
trying to
why don't-
steal
why
my
don't- why don't we-
property.
why don't we get him
Yeah,
out?
thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
Yeah, you guys are sitting here trying to steal my property, and you're trying to be nice about it. You know, you're
Terry, we're trying to be respectful. I want both of us when you
Being
were over there, said that
respectful?
This was interesting, and we wanted to understand.
being respectful would have let me go on my way.
We can't do that.
You can do that.
I cannot.
You can. You totally can.
Part of my oath is to uphold the law, enforce the law.
Right, and during this interaction, you violated my 4th and 5th Amendment.
Okay.
So if you're not upholding,
Explain to me how.
explain to you how you demanded my property,
Okay. What property?
my name. That's my property.
Okay.
That's my information. That's my property. So you have demanded my property, and you are violating my right to privacy and my right to not be seized. I'm not committing any crimes. I haven't damaged anybody. I'm not illegally using the roads or unlawfully using roads. I'm sorry, because there's a huge difference between legal and lawful. You know, because everything that is lawful isn't necessarily legal.
Yeah, you've heard the expression lawful but awful.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, like, you know how you alluded to calling me a sovereign citizen. I'm not no sovereign citizen. There's no fucking way. If anything, you guys are the sovereign citizens, because I have the right just as well as you to walk around with heat. But if I had heat right now, I would have been had 9 fucking cops out here with guns drawn like that.
Not in Columbia County, you wouldn't.
Highly
Everybody
suspect.
carries guns out.
Highly suspect.
I mean, just at like our festivities or stuff that we have downtown, people open carry all the time. All the time.
Yeah, but still.
I was in Safeway the other day. There was a guy open carrying. There was no cops around him.
Right, I know, but this would have been different. I mean, I had my hand on I was touching my knob to roll the window down, and this guy got all scared, went to the other side, and so could you imagine?
So I could see your hand.
Exactly.
You like to go home with our families, but it's just officer safety.
Yeah.
Right. You know, officer safety could have other meanings as well.
Yeah. I mean, so you have like bladed weapons can cause just as much damage as a gun. You have.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, bud.
Good day, guys.
Bladed weapons have just as much. Like you can kill someone with a bladed weapon. You currently have one on your pocket.
You're totally right. You know, you're totally right. But I mean, but my Leatherman, it has much less negative social view.
It depends on what community you're in. Out here, that's a tool. Same thing with a gun.
Right, it is a tool.
Yeah.
It is a tool, just like money.
No, by the way,
I know.
I'm enjoying chatting with you. That's all.
Yeah, I'll sit here and chat with you for a little while. I mean, oh, there's my truck. There's my boss right there.
All right, brother. We'll let you get out of here.
All right, man. You guys have a good day. Actually, let me get your card.
Absolutely. Do you want me to put my work number on there so you can give me a call?
Yeah.
If you ever need to.
Your what nut?
It's my work cell phone number.
Oh, I don't want to go through the state. I mean, if we're going to be interacting on a social level, it's got to be personal.
Okay. I mean, so you can call this number and then get a hold of me.
Okay. But that's the thing, though. I don't want to go through these guys because, you know, then there's secret freaking third party.
I can't give you my personal number for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, I don't understand. If you wanted to be, you know, if you didn't have that on and we were at the freaking restaurant or whatever, or the Festivus or whatever it is, and we met each other, why wouldn't you give me your number then?
Are you comfortable giving me your personal phone number?
No, because you are in your official capacity. You could use that against me. Any information I give to you, you will use against me.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, but I'm happy to give you my work number if you want. You can *67, so I don't know your number if you want to. But if not, I'll put my card, my email, whatever you need. Or you can always stop by the PD.
You know, I honestly think it's super hilarious that last week you allowed me to come all the way.
Where do I work, Terry? I work in the city of St. Helens. Where were we when I drove past you? We were in Portland.
Yeah, but you followed me all the way.
Yeah, I'm driving home.
You followed me all the way.
Yeah,
you allowed it to happen. You were in your official car, so you could have gone after hours and got your freaking overtime and freaking pulled me over then. So you allowed me to do it.
Listen. For one, I didn't know you were suspended. Okay. I can't.
So from your perspective, I already had 12 violations going.
Yeah.
You didn't need to know that I was suspended before you freaking went and came and harassed me.
Essentially, I can give you 2 more driving while suspended tickets if I wanted to. You're correct. But because you were in the city of Portland, and Portland now has enacted from their chief, and I believe from their mayor, that they're not stopping for...
They've pretty much stopped doing traffic
violations. I'm not going to enforce equipment violations in someone else's city. That's their job.
Right, but you had plenty of opportunity.
Yes.
So you were actually there. So you remember when we were cruising down the road, and we get near, because I personally, everything happened so fast, I don't really know for sure.
Yeah.
But so we're cruising down the road, we get close to the way station right there. Big ass fucking mobile command unit looking freaking RV thing, all unmarked, super heavy. Freaking, I'm cruising down the road. I get, you know, well safe distance, and they think that I was close enough, and they slammed on their brakes. So I juked right.
Okay.
And then so I was I got about, you know, less than half of their vehicle, and they thought that they were in a good time to freaking swerve to the right.
Okay.
And smash me off of the road, and then I forced them off of the road. You had to have witnessed that. I know you're probably going to deny it, but I know that you witnessed it because you were following me all the way from St. Helens all the way to Portland. You had to have witnessed that.
You keep saying that I'm following you. I'm not following you.
Okay, we were traveling at the same place.
Okay.
You were following. This guy right here, if he happened to be behind me when I was rolling down the road, he would be following me, would he not?
Yeah.
So that is how I say you're following me.
Do you remember what day this happened?
You remember what day this happened. It was on the same trip that you just talked to me about.
So I saw you yesterday. You were behind me yesterday. And then the one...
That was you too?
Yeah.
That was funny. So what the hell is that thing on the back?
What thing on the back? Oh, it's an antenna.
I knew it. Trying to keep, because that's like 12 antennas on the old school cars.
There's a lot of them. So that one's supposed to because before it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a bunch of them. That one.
Yeah, but that's not the event we were talking about. We're talking
so
about
yeah, the one before.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't remember. It was like a month or 2 ago.
Nah, it might have been 2 weeks at the most by now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can try to go back and look. My dash camera records 24/7. It's always on. I can go look and see if.
Yes, please do.
But I don't.
And I will. I'm going to call. If you get that, can you get that file for me?
So let me take a look and see if it's on there. Because
I want that whole trip.
It only records so basically it records 24/7 onto like a memory stick.
Right.
And once that memory stick's full, it starts to record over the last.
Yeah, it's got loop video.
So it's I don't know how long. Maybe
it probably won't be there then.
It might not. Did I turn on my lights when I came up to you, or did I just?
Nope,
pull up
you didn't do anything.
Okay.
You totally allowed me to happen.
If I turn on my lights, then it records to a separate one where that
right,
one's
it locks
a lot
it.
more of them.
It locks it.
So yeah, but I'm happy to go back and look. You think about 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Here, I can tell you the exact day.
Can you?
Yeah, so last time I talked to a gangster about this situation, he said that they could.
Referring to a police officer?
Yeah, I am actually.
Another
Yeah.
label, Terry? I thought we were done with labels.
Oh, we're never done with labels. You're gonna go find the next guy and label him a constitutionalist too. So don't worry about it.
I apologize for that.
I'm a man. That's all I am. I have no obligation to you. I have no contract with you. I have nothing. You guys have no evidence that I have agreed to anything with you. And so unless you guys have that, you have no authority over me.
Okay.
And so I'm not.
Right now, we have none.
I'm not committing. I wasn't committing an act of commerce on your precious road. I am 100% legit. Look up the freaking federal definition of motor vehicle. Do either of you know that?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, the federal definition of motor vehicle, it says primarily for commercial use.
Yeah, but then didn't we already talk about that? Where if you go into the definition of commercial use, it talks about a vehicle weighing 10,000 or over 10,000 pounds or over 26,000 pounds. And then the 2D that you talked about refers to a recreational vehicle as a commercial motor vehicle. And the Oregon definition of a recreational vehicle says designed for temporary living quarters.
You can use your legalese and your semantics all you want.
Smart. I'm not a lawyer. That's why I became a cop. I'm not smart.
You can use your semantics all you want, but in the grand scheme of things, the Constitution is the ultimate law.
Yep.
And by the ultimate law, you're in violation.
Okay.
Both of you are in violation because you have seized my property, you seized me, and you disrespected my privacy. So that's 3 violations all in one shot, boom, 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 all at the same time.
And you have a legal recourse for for pursuing that. If you think that happen, then you can.
It's called freaking. Yeah, personally.
That's fine.
Personally.
Yeah. You got my card. You got my info.
Hey, can I get your card too?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, you're right, Terry. No one's arguing that at all.
I know, but wouldn't it have been better to not put yourselves in risk of getting a lawsuit?
I signed up for this job, and there's going to be lawsuits.
Oh, you're totally cool with lawsuits? That's because
no, I don't want to be sued. I don't
that's because you have you got your indemnity insurance, and then freaking I sue you, and now all these fucking people pay. You don't ever actually have to pay a damn dime for any crime or infraction that you commit.
We do. If we don't get covered by qualified immunity, which does happen, if we violate our policies and procedures, and our department says nope, you were way out of left field, we are not covered by qualified immunity.
Right, but then your legalese lawyers come in and save the day and change it all up, and then or you guys go in and not you guys, but your I don't know, your complaint department for not knowing the proper term and procedures for the way that you guys do your shit, but you guys will investigate yourself and then say that there's no crime.
Well, it depends. I mean, if there's a crime, then an outside agency comes in and does that investigation, not us.
Right, but let's say we had a third party pop up right here and started recording us.
Okay.
And then you guys decided for officer safety they needed to stand way over there, and they didn't want to do it.
Okay.
And then so now you guys fucking trespass them.
We can't do that.
Oh, you can't do it, but you do.
So I could
not you personally, but your organization.
But again, you're lumping us in with 100 or a million cops throughout the United States.
And you're lumping me in with a bunch of freaking citizens.
And Terry, we keep circling back to that. I didn't mean to call you that, and if I did, I apologize. I think this is for the 5th time now.
That's fine.
So I didn't mean to lump you into any kind of group, and if I offended you, I apologize profusely. But that term, the constitutionalist, is sometimes referred to as people who operate under the Constitution and have arguments about driving in their rights to the road. So that's the only thing I was trying to put across.
Yeah, well, I've been called...
We talked about bad cops. And we
Yeah,
both admit that there are bad cops.
I really respect that when you said that was... When you had that as the answer, I really respect that. Because I've asked many a cop that question. I asked a cop in Milwaukee. He's all, well, I don't know. Well, he came up with a bunch of shit out of his ass, and then he's like, then I told him the correct answer, and he's like, oh, well, I guess I could see that for perspective, for optics.
But I think as long as like we can have conversations that are like, I mean, I think that people can be upset, but if we can have conversations and find out, I think that opens up. I don't think you're a bad guy. And I hope that you don't think we're bad guys. Like we're just out.
Well, I don't know you guys on a personal level, so I can't make that judgment. But on a professional level, I would say you guys are bad guys.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because you guys are out here freaking trying to steal my property.
Yeah. And you know that, like, as far as steal your property, I don't get like an award for towing your car. Like I don't write.
I don't really care what you get.
The car doesn't go to our department. It's a third party that tows it.
I don't really care.
If
Just riddle me this. If I did business the way that you guys did business, would I be a criminal?
That's a very general term, so I don't know how to answer that.
What do you mean?
You do business how we do business. That's very general.
Okay, so let's say at my house, I decided that I wanted to it's not my house. At the freaking restaurant or whatever, I want to put metal detectors up in there, and I want to put you have to show me your papers in order to get in. Is that not criminal?
And it's your restaurant? Is that what you're talking about? So you own the restaurant?
Yeah.
And you want to put metal detectors up?
Which is probably okay.
That's okay.
Which for security.
Okay.
But I shouldn't be able to freaking make you do a particular thing in order to do it, get in.
Well, like, so if you think about it, so right now, like, so if you go back like a month in COVID, people were requiring you to do something.
Which was a crime.
To enter their store.
Because the governor has no those mandates are not law.
They are. So
they're not.
She can enact one.
They're not law. Is it written down?
The ORS it is.
They wrote down that you actually had to wear a diaper.
No, it was under...
It was under her executive order, which does give her the right to enact a law.
719.
Now, whether that law is enforced or not, that's another thing. Because there's discretion that police officers have. So we can't...
Officer discretion, yeah, that's a good term too.
Well, so let's say we take away officer discretion. And we say like we're enforcing every law. If that's the case, I'm writing you 2 more tickets for driving while suspended. But I have discretion not to do that.
Okay.
So, don't you value officers having discretion?
Sometimes.
Okay, fair enough.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
There was one time I was at the kid's birthday party, and while we were waiting in line, the 2 children or the offspring, they decided to start roughhousing Pojo's or whatever the amusement place was. They were roughhousing, and one of them started crying. So we took them outside. There was 3 adults surrounding this crying offspring. 3 of them. Nosy Nancy comes walking by and calls the freaking gangsters over. We get freaking 2 gangsters, one talking to the wife, one talking to me, and the fire truck shows up and all this, and they're asking all these questions and stuff about it. And obviously, there was 3 adults taking care of this offspring when the gangster showed up. And so wouldn't that be enough to freaking show that, the offspring is being taken care of? No, we had to be harassed for a half an hour, and then after we got harassed for a half an hour, freaking the gangster was in the parking lot waiting for us to leave so that he could run our plate so he could pull us over. That ain't right.
Okay.
That's fucking stalking, in my opinion. Just like this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there a question? Is there something I can answer or explain on that one?
No, there's no question. It's just a statement. But I mean, at this point, the best thing that you guys could do is put that freaking tin badge down and join the people. Semantics.
I'm giving you a hard time.
Semantics,
Jerry.
man.
I'm giving you a hard
if I said that shit to you like that, what would you do? You'd probably lose your shit. You'd probably lose your shit, and I would have a much harder time.
Terry, since we've been talking, you've called me a gangster. You've called me, was it a thug? You've called me other things. I'm not upset about that. You threatened to sue me. I signed up for that kind of abuse. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you should be okay with that because that's my First Amendment.
Okay. Yeah, and so we don't get a First Amendment? I was joking around.
No, you guys actually don't get your First Amendment. You guys are citizens. You have immunities and privileges.
Okay.
I'm a man. I have rights. That's how that works. You are in your official capacity.
That's true.
You do not have any rights. As soon as you take that badge off, then you can get some rights back, but you don't have your First Amendment after you clock out. Just imagine if you on your Facebook, I don't have Facebook, but if you were to take on your Facebook, type in, oh, freaking, these guys are freaking some anti-cop bullshit. How quick would you guys lose your job or freaking lose respect in the deal?
Yeah, but we have policy. Yeah, you're right. We have policy that prevents us from doing that.
So there's your First Amendment right out the window.
Yeah, some of it.
So that's what I'm saying. You guys have privileges and duties.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to go back to our calls. Do you want me, since I'm going to go review that footage, do you want my number?
Did you not write it on?
Give you a way to...
Yeah, go ahead and write it on there. Is that the right? Evan?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of. I'll probably call you on like Monday or some shit.
So I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but I'll be back on Wednesday.
All right.
You can always like leave me or shoot me a text or don't text me because it'll pop up. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
I'm sure there's an app that does, but I don't know.
Yeah, but both parties would probably have to have the app, kind of like Telegram, you know.
Star 67. So when I'm working, I'll answer my phone regardless of what the number says.
Right.
Because people have my number.
Are you guys allowed to do work-related activities, like checking your email and stuff when you're not on the clock?
Yes. It depends on what your capacity is. So I'm a supervisor. I check mine, not constantly, but like maybe once a day on my day off, I'll check my phone to see if there's like a leadership thread or if there's something going on that I know about. But as far as the guys are concerned, like if they're doing work off duty, they deserve to be paid for it, and so they're not supposed to.
Okay. Well, I was just curious because I heard, I'd never been there, but I heard on the other side of the pond that any work-related activity is explicitly forbode.
Yeah, I think that some agencies would say that because, like, whether they're running into budget issues, because again, like, police officers, like, so the officers, they have an association, they have a contract with the city that says if you're working, like, if you're checking your email, you're working.
Right.
You need to be compensated for that. And so some agencies will say, well, no, we don't want to pay you for checking your emails at home. We pay you for 40 hours a week. Check them during the 40 hours a week.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like, like freaking at work, for me, they always want you to freaking work late or whatever, and then they round your time to 15 minutes, and then if you go 1 minute over or whatever, they're like, oh, they freak out, it's freaking cheap asses.
All right, Terry, we're gonna
take a look at that for that video.
Yeah,
I would definitely like to get that video if you can.
If I've got it, I'll let you know.
Here, why don't you just I'll shoot you my email and then you can just email it to me.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So let me take a look at it.
Maybe you can get it out of the public records too.
So that would be, I can share it with you. Like if you want to come out here and come to my office, I can share it with you and show you. But if I'm going to release it to you, then most likely we need to go through a public records request. It doesn't say I can't like put it on my phone and meet you somewhere and be like, here you go, and have you watch it. But if I'm releasing it to you, because once I release it to you, you can release it to anyone, and therefore you have to put a public records request in for it.
But it's a public record, and you are currently in possession of the record.
Yes.
And so and if it's a public record and you're in possession of it, you should be able to dispense with it as you wish.
Yes, but you still have to follow the procedures to make a public records request.
They just want the revenue of the time.
Maybe.
So it's the video because the police department owns the vehicle. The police department owns the video. So our Eustice doesn't have the authority to release that video unless the PD allows it. Or however the city does it.
But the police are paid by the people.
true.
And so since the police own the vehicle, that means I own the vehicle.
Yeah, it's a public vehicle.
That means that's both of those cars right there are mine.
Yep. Okay.
Just as much as they are that guy's.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm just wondering, do you guys have a policy to where you guys have to close your little computer when you're not in the car?
Nope.
You don't have that policy?
Nope.
I know in California that's a policy.
Nope. We don't have that.
Because that would be a privacy issue.
Oh, are you talking about like, so if somebody's walking by my car and they see like confidential information on our screen?
But if you're in the car actively working on it, you wouldn't have to close it. But I mean, like right now, I would expect both of those computers to be closed.
So if you go look at my screen right now, there will not be any CGIS, any LEDs, any NCIC information that you could see on there.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be any confidential information on my screen.
And then also, do you guys get special training to be distracted driving while you're using the computer while you're driving?
Yeah, I mean, so usually our field training to become a police officer is over a year, from the time that you were hired to the time that you actually get out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, like, there is countless hours of training in the car, multitasking, using the radio, using your cell phone, using your MDT. And there is a policy in our one that says, like, I don't know the exact verbiage off the top of my head, but if you're driving 100 miles an hour, you're not supposed to be under, like, you're supposed to be driving. Like,
Well, yeah, when you're traveling 100 miles an hour, driving is serious business. You know, driving at freaking 35, 40 miles an hour is not that serious of business, and that's why people get distracted, is because they don't have to focus on the road because it's just monotonous.
Yep.
You know, when you're going 85, 100, it's time to fucking focus.
Absolutely.
You know? And I want you to see that video.
If I miss something, like, man, that'd be pretty. So much for a trained observer.
If you don't remember that,
I don't remember it.
If you don't remember that, you definitely missed some big business, because freaking that, I'm gonna call it a mobile command unit that was from your organization.
I mean, we don't have one out here.
Well, I don't really. It could have been staters. I don't know. I
Did
I
it have any
assume.
markings? You know what color it was or how big it was?
I was watching the road trying not to die.
Okay.
I mean, I was way more concerned about not dying.
You're talking like bigger than a van, but like smaller than a bus? Like, how, I mean, give me an idea of how big this thing is.
Like a big RV that looked very heavy,
Okay.
unmarked.
Yep.
You can't miss it.
Yep.
I slammed on my brakes to avoid rear-ending him because they slammed on their brakes.
Yep.
And then I juked over. It was serious business.
Yeah, I'll go take a look and see what I got.
I felt like my life was totally threatened.
Yeah.
And if it is in fact you that was freaking escorting me home that day, I put you in that same mission.
Oh, like you think that I was a part of it? Like,
Yes.
ran this guy off the road?
Absolutely.
It seems a little conspiracy theorist.
How is that conspiracy theorist? I mean, I had a gangster following me all the way. I get halfway there, and freaking now I get my life threatened.
So Terry,
and then freaking I take off, and then I get told, oh, slow down a little bit.
Terry, you honestly think that I left this department,
No, we just have.
was on my way home, saw your vehicle, didn't know who you were, called a command vehicle to come ram you off the road? That's what you honestly
No,
believe?
that's not the
Okay.
the process of. That's not my process of thinking there.
Okay.
My process of thinking is that I've already been traveling for a week or two, or a week and a half maybe, through your territory. And so during that time, you guys have made plans. And then, so according to your story, you just happened to be there at the right time to follow me.
Do you remember what time it was?
Sometime between 3:30 and 5.
Okay. I get off at 4, so I usually drive home after that.
So it was probably right then.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I don't have your phone chipped, or I don't have a...
No, but it's not like my schedule changes a lot. Does your schedule change a lot?
Yeah, it does.
It's not like my schedule changes a lot. I came through twice a day for a week. I've set a pattern. You guys could probably predict that, hey, on Friday, this guy's gonna be coming through here between 3:30 and 5. You know, so I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that far of a fetch for you guys to create a mission.
And so if we create a mission, you're still saying that some police officer in that mobile command vehicle decided to ram you off the road, or wanted to ram you off the road. Terry. It's far-fetched in my mind.
I don't see how. I know that you guys.
Why would the police want to kill you or hurt you?
Because I have the will to stand up for my rights.
We took an oath to protect and support those rights.
And here you are freaking stealing my car.
We didn't steal your car. We allowed you to get somebody to drive
Right.
out there.
But are you guys going to harass me when I go home?
If you were on the street again and we see you, yes, you're going to get stopped. You're going to get another citation. Yes.
Well, I have.
I'm not going to sit here and watch you, Terry. I got other things I got to do.
Well, I know. But now I've told you what time I get off work.
I'm not going to patrol the highway looking for you, but if I see you in the city limits of St. Helens, I am going to stop you. I am going to cite you.
Okay, well, that right there, like, upholding the Constitution, that unless I'm committing an act of
Just
crime.
add more to your lawsuit then.
Just add more to your lawsuit. It's all good. Don't worry about me. I don't really care. I'm a sovereign, so I can do whatever I want and then take care of it in court.
What's preventing you from getting your license?
What's preventing me from getting my license? The will to uphold the law.
You already got it once, though.
What? That was before I knew.
Okay.
That was before I knew.
It's nice talking to you, Terry.
Yeah.
Be careful across the street.
I will.